probably heard of the God-Boulder omnipotence paradox. It poses the question, can an omnipotent God create a boulder so heavy that he or she cannot lift? If you answer yes, then it means that such a God is not in fact omnipotent. Because if he or she was powerful enough to create such a boulder, but then could not lift it, then they could not in fact be considered omnipotent or all-powerful. But answering no also limits the abilities of an all-powerful God, because by saying that he or she could not create a boulder that he or she could not lift, then you've just negated their omnipotence. So in this supposed paradox, either answer theoretically negates the existence of an omnipotent God. The question kind of forces your hand. But here's the thing, when you actually think about it, the question isn't a paradox at all. You see, by definition, an all-powerful God, an omnipotent God, would be capable of the seemingly illogical, or at least what seems illogical to the human mind. But let's set that aside for a second and just answer the question. The answer is yes, and I'll tell you why. The explanation is actually pretty straightforward if you think it through. An omnipotent God could literally just create a normal, everyday boulder and then temporarily lay down his or her powers before attempting to lift said impossible boulder. By definition, an omnipotent God would also possess the power to become temporarily impotent or weak, even if it's just to disprove an alleged paradox. Having the power to become temporarily weak falls within the realm of being all-powerful. Like they would also have the power to lay down their power. So, the God-Boulder paradox was never really a paradox. It is, however, a great example of how we tend to accept certain things as truths without ever really challenging them or thinking them through. Now, here's another great paradox. Can an omnipotent God create a square circle?